Good Thursday afternoon to you, Roger Hill of Wuthering Heights, VELCO Weather Hazards Forecaster. This weather video is driven by 802cars.com, representing 802 Toyota, Twin City, Subaru, and 802 Honda. They're all located off of Exit 7 on Interstate 89. At large, trough of lower pressure across the Great Lakes, upper level low up in the northern part of Quebec, and this is defining the flow from kind of a west-northwesterly flow. A lot of our weather systems are shortwave troughs, that's over the Gulf of Alaska, off of Alaska, and then crossing through the Yukon and southern Alaska, northern and western parts of Canada, and then diving down into the Great Lakes, and hence why it's going to bring some chilly air across our region. We have that first lead system with a cold front that's activating mostly rain showers in northern areas and some showers and thunderstorms in southern areas. This is going to be spreading across the region, and it could activate actually a few thunderstorms embedded within rain showers, but relatively benign across our central and northern counties. The only real area to worry about for today is going to happen late in the day, and that's going to be basically in this area around the Massachusetts-Vermont border. Looking at the European incrementals, what we can see here is state of Vermont, of course, and some rain showers are going to be pushing across mainly our western and southern parts of New England. That's going to head north while this basically pushes in from west to east. We're already starting to see that, and some rain showers are overtaking the region as we speak. This is valid at about 5 o'clock this evening. That area of low pressure, 1,001 hectopascal. Surface area of low pressure will track a little bit southeast, kind of reform off the coast and then head into the Gulf of Maine and then track east-northeast around and through that trough of lower pressure aloft, the steering mechanism. On the back side of that system, there could be a little bit of a northwest wind that'll be hitting on Friday afternoon into late in the day on Friday. And then that moves on out. High pressure begins to build in. It's fairly weak, but it will do the job for Saturday. We'll see some calmer conditions work in, and it looks like good solar at that point, as well as good project weather, good dry conditions for Saturday. Now, by the time we get into Sunday, here comes the next storm system. It's relatively weak. It's a little bit more southerly centered, and it pushes in into parts of Vermont during the morning hours. This is valid about 11 o'clock on Sunday morning. Then that pushes in across the rest of the state. What you can see here is another system kind of in a sort of separate stream of the jet. Drives off the middle Atlantic coast and then creates an area of low pressure, and that tracks kind of east-northeast. And it takes a lot of the juice away from this particular system here. So we kind of off and on dry out, but we will have some lingering, widely scattered rain shower activity into Monday. By the time we get into Monday night, things begin to dry out, and our next chance for good project weather develops on Tuesday. It's a little iffy right now, but it does look like we're going to be in between weather systems by the time we get into Tuesday afternoon or Tuesday. And we might see a little bit of rain shower activity in the southern part of Vermont developing fairly later in the afternoon and so forth. Beyond that, it's kind of every other day beyond the period. As you can see, there's a trough of lower pressure kind of lagging here, an upper level low. And this is going to kind of juice up the eastern seaboard. It could be a big pattern change, or it could be spurious. Right now, it's a little too soon to say. What we're talking here is into the middle part of next week. Quick look at the GFS ensemble, and we're going to go pretty fast here. So that's the 3-hourly QPF, and you can see that it's every other day of precipitation. Total quantitative precipitation forecast around 4, 5 tenths of an inch for today, with today's system coming in and ending on Friday. And then kind of similar, it looks like, once we get into that weather system on Sunday afternoon into Monday, and then we dry out for a little bit of a stage here according to the GFS ensemble. Precipitation, kind of a strange pattern right now, but it's a little drier in this particular zone here, and you can kind of follow that. The blue lines here are 1-inch amounts, and then almost 1.5 inches around this particular area here. This is the next 7 days, so you put all those weather systems together, and this is what you're coming out with, at least the Weather Prediction Center seems to think. We have cooler air than normal, a little bit of anomalous cool down here, and nothing real cold, but this has been kind of coming in from that west-northwest, and the jet stream kind of does this thing. It's a trough of lower pressure, and then it goes over the top of this ridge into Alaska, into the Yukon and northern parts of northern and western Canada, and then dives down through the Great Lakes, and then kind of exits through Vermont. Quick look at the temperature, 2-meter temperature, and what you can see here is our warmer day today. This is tomorrow's weather, as we have a lot of cold air advection driving in on some pretty good northwest winds. In terms of gradient winds, we might see wind gusts maybe as high as 40 miles per hour. That's getting right near the thresholds, especially summertime with the deciduous leaf canopies. But that temperature is going to start to make a slow rise, kind of an up and down scenario here as we go through the weekend with the coldest period and then a gradual warming trend. Dew point temperatures look like this, incidentally, where they warm up or get a lot more moisture, reaching close to 60 degrees, not quite, and then we dry out on Saturday considerably, and then we pick it right back up, dry out, and we're kind of seeing a little bit of that slow rise eventually as we get into next week. This is the meteorological output statistics, or MOS, the next 5 days of higher temperatures, and we're looking at anywhere from about 9 degrees below normal for this time of year across the northern areas and 6 to 9 degrees in the southern areas of Vermont. That's good for the next 5 afternoons of high temperatures, and then 3 days later you can see a little closer to neutral here, a little bit of a warm-up and not as cold as it has been. All quiet in the tropics, no issues at all. And over the next 5 days, indicating nothing happening. And quiet weather like this time of year can lead up to a whole flurry of things happening around the corner. Hopefully not. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights. Thanks for watching.